Hi guys, Maya with Simply Bloom. Today I am just kind of wrapping up the last of the perennials and seedlings that I started earlier this year. So let me turn you around and show you what I'm planting. Okay, this is kind of what I'm dealing with. A lot of them look sad. I have a couple of foxglove, one really nice foxglove. I thought I killed this one and it somehow came back. And then I have 4 delphiniums. I started these from seed earlier this year. I do have one that's blooming right here. It's pretty much a spent bloom. It needs to get deadheaded, but that's the color it is. It's a beautiful light blue. I have one calla lily that I have planted that I need to plant up in one of the whiskey barrels. I'll leave that video linked below. If you didn't see it, I planted up some whiskey barrels with calla lilies in them, and one of the calla lilies, the one that I got from Proven Winner, did not survive. All of the other ones that I wintered over from last year and started, they did well. So this is the last one I have that I started from last year. And then I have some very sad looking columbine, very sad. They just got overly wet, super over wet. So then I let them dry out, and as you can see, they're a little too dry and they've been in the full sun, kind of crispy. So these need help and we're gonna give them a little love today. And I did not start this one, but I do have, oopsies. I do have a butternut squash as well. I need to get that in the ground. Otherwise we're not gonna get any squash on this. Looks like there's a couple blooms starting, a couple buds forming, so hopefully we'll get something. So I'm gonna work on planting these. Hopefully I can get them all done today. Oh, I also, not pictured here, I also have some Love in a Puff vine that I need to get in the ground as well. It's over in my cut flower garden, so I'll be planting that up. So let's get started. Okay, here are my Love in a Puff vines. Right here I have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Wow, that thing just germinated. I planted that a long time ago. I'll have to look back and see when I planted that. It is, what day is it? It's July 19th today. And I planted these a long time ago and that one just germinated. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I have this shepherd's hook right on the edge of my cut flower garden. I was just gonna plant them around the bottom and they can kind of climb up. I know it's not ideal. I would rather have like a trellis or something like that, but I just don't have anything right now and I want to get these planted. So this is just what's gonna happen this year. Okay, there they are. I have all 4 of them planted and here's a little bloom. So they get these little tiny white blooms and then they form these beautiful seed pods, little puffy seed pods. That's the name Love in a Puff. And they should climb up this pole. And I'm sure they will get up to the top because if I remember correctly, they can get like 10 feet tall. So all 4 of them around this little dinky pole, I'm sure is way too much, but we'll see what happens. Okay, on to the columbine. Okay, so of course this is in full sun right now, but really it just gets a couple hours of sunlight here along this fence, kind of dappled sunlight in the afternoon, and then over there as well. So I think I'll just put some here, some over there, and eventually we are going to be landscaping and putting in flower beds all along the driveway here, but that's probably going to be a next year thing, and if I need to dig these up and move these again, I can, but they will be much better in the ground than in these containers. So I'm just going to plant them up. planted up the columbine there. I'll plant it. Wow, weird lighting. I apologize. But I planted up the columbine and it blended in so much with the grass, so I didn't even bother showing you. I even had problems finding it when I was watering it. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see. I really hope it takes off because I love columbine. But I am at my whiskey barrel and I planted actually I have the tag here. I planted a Be My Heart Proven Winners calla lily. And when I planted it, all the blooms were just kind of drooping, and I thought it was just because the blooms needed to be deadheaded and that it would bounce back. But then next thing I know, all the leaves died too. So I'm going to try to dig up the bulbs and see what they're like, and then plant this one that I wintered over from last year. Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
Okay, I planted it. This one still looks like it's trying to grow, but there's like maggots all over it. It's really gross. So I'm trying to decide what to do, if I just, pop it in the ground somewhere and see if it grows, or put it in a pot. I don't know. I don't know what to do with the maggots. It's gross. A lot of insects don't bother me, but maggots are one things I don't want to deal with. But this is in. Hopefully the maggots don't attack this bulb and make those rot as well. I'm a little concerned. I don't know. Let me know what I should do, because I honestly have no idea. So now that that's planted and switched out, I am going to go and pop this in the ground. Okay, this is just in my backyard. It's not even in my garden area. My garden's right there. Oh, it's windy. I hope you guys can hear me okay, and that my tripod doesn't fall over. Try this again. But this isn't even in my garden. So we had a tarp. You can see the tarp right there. That was covering this ground. We had hay here last winter. Someone brought hay over because they were boarding their horse here at our property. And we removed the tarp and the ground is perfect. No weeds, no grass. Perfect spot to plant something. I think I'm actually gonna develop this into a flower bed next growing season, next summer. But for now, I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna put a vine crop here. So I am planting the butternut squash right here. All right, there we go. Okay, I think I'm going to put the foxglove here. I have a spirea, I have some phloxes right behind me, and lots of weeds. I'm planning on finishing up this flower bed weeding and finishing the mulch here this weekend. But as of right now, I just came up to here with the mulch because, well, I had some plants die over here, and before I remulched everything, I wanted to replace those, and I haven't gotten the plants yet. So hopefully this weekend I can go get replacement plants, finish this end of the flower bed, and then remulch it, and it will be fine. But I think I'm going to be putting the foxglove here and here, and I did find a little one that I thought was dead as well, but it looks like it's coming back. So I had some bad soil when I was planting these up, and I planted like 100 foxglove, and I'm down to 3 because the soil had some sort of fungus in it, and it was bad. It was bad. So I transplanted them, and like I said, this one came back really well. This one came back, and it looks like this one's coming back as well. So I have three to plant. So I'm just gonna plant them up here. All right, there we are. That is a Camelot Rose and Dalmatian Peach. And then right over here, I planted that other one. The tag fell out and there was absolutely no root system. So we'll see what that one does. Okay, I think that is going to be it for the day. I know I said I wanted to plant the delphiniums as well, but where my husband and I had first talked about where I wanted to put them, I kind of changed my mind and I'm thinking about somewhere else. So before I plant them, I want to include him and just make sure he likes it there as well. So it's really important to me that both my husband and I are on the same page when gardening. Sometimes it makes it a little bit more difficult, as sometimes we both want slightly different things, but I think it's really important to include him as well. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for following me along. I'm just going to water everything in and hopefully planting them in the hot day, which it's not that hot actually. It's hot for me in northern Minnesota, zone 3. It's like 85 degrees today. I know that's hot, not hot for some people, but it's the humidity that kills. So I spent the last 5 years in Montana, and during the summer it was always 100, over 100, but it was dry heat. And it was so much better than this 85, 90% humidity. Oh, it kills me. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and follow along, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.